JD Kane here, VP of Sales for Revinate. Welcome to a video series where we preview the amazing content in our latest hotel marketing benchmark report. We analyzed over 368 million emails across our entire global customer base to pull out benchmarks and insights for you. You can always download the report by going to revinate.com and looking under the Learn menu. Now, let's take a look at each of these 9 sections in detail. I'd like to introduce Mark Oliver, VP of Business Development at G-Commerce, and G-Commerce happens to be a preferred partner of Revinate as the majority of their customers are using Revinate. Thanks for joining me, Mark.
Thanks for having me, JD.
So Mark and I are previewing this section on segmentation. Mark, tell me about what you found interesting in the research about segmentation.
Well, right now it's more important than ever to segment your database. We've seen with the recent pandemic, your market's changed. So you need to segment by zip code. You need to segment by stay dates, anniversaries, birthdays, even going as far as we told our customers to look at where people are flying in from. You got to look at your local airports, where people are flying in from, and really kind of segment and talk to each one of those segments separately. And as you can see in the report here, you've got a 400, almost over 400% increase when you segment your campaigns. I think the best way to describe it, even more so, is look at the retail market. They're pros at it. They segment their databases and they talk to you based upon what you've purchased. So hoteliers definitely need to do this. The numbers right there show what can happen when you start segmenting your email marketing database. You don't want to talk to them as one big group, because that's not what they are.
Exactly. The ramifications are quite broad. What are some of the things you're seeing smart hoteliers do to stay ahead of the game with segmentation?
That's a great question. With the cookieless world coming up here, Google's going to start ramping that up here in 2022. Firefox has already done it. Facebook is coming on. Apple's already done it. So with the cookieless world, it's even more important now, and even before now, and definitely down the line, to have a robust ECRM in place, and 2, to gather as many first data emails as you possibly can, and then, as you see right here, segment them, because your first party database is going to be so important moving into 2022. You've got to build that up right now, but then you've got to speak to them separately. We like to say 1-to-1. I don't think we're ever going to get to 1-to-1, but if you can break it down again by zip codes, stay dates, anniversaries, different segments, that's going to help you tremendously. And down in the report within campaign segmentation, you can see as the smaller you can get those segments, the more defined they are, the higher return you're going to have on it. So that's something to be very cognizant of, is looking down the line, building up your first party database, because of the cookieless world. Third-party cookies are going away, and then email to those people directly in a smart, efficient way.
Couldn't agree more. Cookieless world is definitely going to make a huge impact, and first-party data, getting to that 1-to-1 promise. Challenge accepted. We'll get there. Thanks a lot. I appreciate your thoughts, Mark.
Thank you, JD.
2020 was a year unlike any other, and it changed everything about the way we should be benchmarking ourselves. This guide has the data that you can use against which you measure your performance. For all the data, please go to revinate.com and download the full guide under the Learn menu. There you'll also find other great research content, such as our traveler study for what the world looks like post-COVID, our guide on what you should be doing to build your marketing strategies throughout the recovery. And finally, an email guide written by Revinate's experts on the insights, strategies, and best practices to be using for email marketing in general. Thank you.